Like many of you, after Harvey hit last September, we spent the month of September and actually part of October helping families out. You did too. My family and I, we were ripping sheetrock out of house after house after house, trying to help people out. In fact, there was one house in West Houston that my daughter had to wade through waist-deep water to get to the house to try and do what was necessary to keep the rest of the house from continuing to flood. We all know the devastation and the challenges that we ran into. And in fact, there's a ton of families that are still hurting out there. And political agendas aside, we need to come up with solutions to help our neighbors out. What I struggle with is the fact is, here we are a year after Harvey, and not much has been done to keep this from happening again. We just passed $2.5 billion in bonds to put Band-Aids in a bunch of locations, but there's been no strategic solution to keep this problem from happening again. We're gonna flood, or Houston. It's what happens here. What I don't want to see happen to us is the same people who have been hurt before be hurt again. I was in Dickinson rebuilding a house for a lady who, when we got to her house, there was nothing but brick and 2x4s. We were able to give her house back. I don't want to see her have to go through it again. We were in Porter right after the hurricane hit. The family got flooded with 8 feet of water. Why this matters is they had lost a daughter years before, and all of their photographs were in a safe that now flooded. And all the photographs are gone, all the records are gone, all they have of their daughter are memories. If our elected leaders had recognized the fact that we were gonna flood again, they could have potentially have done something to keep this family from losing everything they held dear as far as the memories of their daughter were concerned. That's why it's about people and not about parties. It's not about agendas. It's about us being communities, caring for each other, and actually working as neighbors to take care of each other. Until we come up with holistic strategic solutions on how we're going to address this, we're going to continue to put our neighbors at risk because we're not actually dealing with the problems. I know it's a lot of money, but in New York City, they have massive aqueducts to bring water in, fresh water into the city. We can do the same thing here through our bayou systems, but make them much larger to get the water out so that we can keep everybody safe. It's a lack of imagination that keeps us from coming up with solutions. It's about people, not parties, not their agendas.